Today, we're talking about what I consider one of the most important things for your social media success: social media templates. So teacher authors, go ahead and reheat that cup of coffee because I'm your host, Cassandra Foster, and we're about to get schooled in socials. Welcome back to Schooled in Socials. We've talked a lot about strategy, your audience, and things you should be doing on social media. And now it's about time we talked about something that helps you feel successful, that helps you work social media marketing into your current capacity and season of life. And I call those social media templates. I have a secret for you. Any successful creator, entrepreneur, or even teacher author on social media is not starting from scratch every single time they create content. Let me say that again. They are not starting from scratch every single time they make content. They have a variety of social media templates in place to help them. Now, when I think of the word template, when it comes to social media, I'm talking about pre-made pieces of your social media process that allow you to plug and play or copy, paste, and go. So these are things you prep ahead of time that you use every time you go to create social media content, and you use them so you don't have to create your posts from square one. Because let's be real, ain't nobody got time for that. And speaking of time, that is the number one reason having pre-made templates to help you with your social media content is so important. There are so many tasks you have to complete as a business owner, and I don't want any of those tasks to take you longer than they should. And social media templates are a way to work smarter and not harder on your social media marketing. Beyond just saving time, having those plug and play templates makes the process easier and less mentally taxing for you. There are steps you don't actively have to think about. You get to save your brain power for what is the most important, the messages you're sharing with your audience. It also helps to create consistent branding and can help you maintain consistent messaging and tone of voice in your copy. All important things for marketing to your target audience, establishing yourself as an expert in your field, and driving sales. Enough of the overview. Let's get to the nitty-gritty. What are some social media templates you can create for yourself that can be helpful? First would be some sort of template for content organization. For example, I use Airtable to plan out and organize my content for each month. In my Airtable, there are columns for my graphics, my captions, my hashtags, my links, and anything else I might need to reference as I'm planning what I'm going to talk about that month. And every month, all I have to do is copy that template, and I have an organized spot to house all of my content, making planning easier to visualize and making content easier to access when needed. The next big piece of your social media content creation that you want to have templated are your graphics. Creating graphics with your brand colors, logo, and fonts so that you can easily copy them, add in specific content and images, and go is so important for saving you time. I suggest creating a few different single graphics templates to use for static posts. Maybe one where you can share a powerful quote, or one or two that are set up like infographics to show information more visually. Maybe another one where you can add a visual and some text. Then also creating a few different graphic templates for carousels. So these would be several graphics that go together that you can use to share multiple ideas, steps, lists, etc. with your audience. So you could create a few that were just text-based, a few that have spots for visuals to be added, a few maybe that have numbered lists, and make sure to create a template slide with a call to action that you can use at the end of each. Finally, if you are someone who likes using Reels covers, you can create a few templates for those as well. Pro tip, you can make your templates go even further by simply copying them and changing around your brand colors. They'll look a little different on your feed, but you won't have to create a whole bunch of different kinds of templates. There's no doubt if you've been around for a hot minute, you know the importance of analyzing your social media data to help you reach your big business goals. But if the thought of diving into that data on your own has been holding you back from the content clarity that it can bring, I've got your back. With my quarterly data analysis service, I'm here to be your data bestie right alongside of you, diving into your analytics and outlining a content plan so that you can take effective action. This way, you get all the benefits of having your eyes on your data to help make goals for the new year without having to take a course or wade through the numbers by yourself. It's time to tap into the magic of your social media data, and you don't even have to add anything to your plate to do it. Just hop on the waitlist right now in the show notes. I know your future self will thank you. Another piece of your social media content that I would consider creating a template for is your hashtags. I actually call these hashtag sets. And a hashtag set is just a group of hashtags that you can copy and paste and use on certain posts that you create. Maybe a set or two for each of your content pillars as well as your target audience is helpful. So for example, if I was posting about special education and my content pillars were IEP writing, data collection, and discrete trial training, I would gather hashtags about each of those topics and add them to a list or even break them into two lists so that whenever I post, for example, about IEP writing, all I would have to do is copy the list about IEP writing and add it to the post. And then just copy a list of hashtags that are about my target audience and add that to the post as well. No more having to go and search or pick out specific hashtags for each post. Another pro tip, keep your hashtag sets either saved in your scheduling app. Most of them allow you to do this, or in the spot where you organize your content. I keep mine as another tab in my Airtable where I create and store all my content, so I can usually just toggle to that tab, copy the set I want, and add it into the caption that I'm working on. Finally, you can also template your captions to an extent. I call these caption outlines. And creating these kinds of outlines is great if you talk about certain topics every month or maybe once a week. For example, maybe you share a freebie every Friday. So you could create a caption outline for Freebie Friday that already has a hook and a call to action, and you just add in the information about that week's freebie. Or for me, I try to share Reels ideas for teacher authors each month. So I've created a caption outline that I can copy and paste. I update the name of the month, how many ideas you're going to get for that month, and the emoji I want people to put in the comments for the link, usually just making it line up kind of with what's going on in that season or that month. And it makes creating that recurring kind of post a snap. And honestly, as you get going in your own workflow, you may find more pieces that can be templated when creating your content. And my philosophy is, if it can be templated or pre-made, do it. Don't start from scratch all of the time. I promise no one on social media has 100% original content every day. They use templates just like these to get the most return from their content with the least amount of effort. So I think you know what might be coming here. The teacher in me always needs to give you a little homework. So go ahead and try templating a piece of your social media content creation that you haven't yet. The best way to pick where to start? Think about what part of the process takes you the longest time. For me, it's graphics. So I made sure from the get-go of my new branding that I had graphic templates set up for myself. For you, it might be creating hashtag sets, or just setting up an initial template to organize your content for the month. Either way, test out pre-making a part of the process and see how much easier it starts to feel. All right, cold coffee friends, thanks so much for listening. If you're loving getting schooled in socials, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Also, I would love it if you left a review so that other teacher authors like you can start getting schooled in socials too. All right, I'll see you in the next episode.